Well, of course, I informed the President that we were already making progress. And of course, you know, President is a very peaceful man. The federal government may be negotiating with the Boko Haram, but God knows, if I have the opportunity to see any man who is taking lives, I will confront the person head on. That is why we are government. The former governor, Okorocha, who will assassinate him? No, I don't know about any attempt to assassinate Okorocha. Rather, what I know, because I have no personal issue with Okorocha. You recall that before I became the governor, the head of administration set up a judicial panel of inquiry to look into accusations and allegations of lands, converting government lands to personal properties, and then removing private lands from individuals and giving to other individuals. The judicial panel of inquiry, chaired by a judge, met and they concluded their job, and their white paper has since been raised. Institutions, the agencies that are involved with implementation are doing their job. And the only thing I know is that a few days ago, one of the properties seized by government, the former governor went there with talks. You people saw it. He was alive. Went there with talks himself physically. Wounded the policemen there, wounded civil defense people. A civil defense officer is currently still in the hospital. And then broke in and they entered. And of course, you must have heard him several. He said that he's richer than government. He's above the law. So I am not directly involved. It is a position taken by government. There's a difference between governor and government. The government of Imo State sealed their property. And I think that if there's anything anybody considers that is not right, the person should go to court to address the issue, not to take laws and take to self-help. You remember that under Hedioha, there was a recovery committee chaired by one Jasper Ndubak. When they tried to visit Okorocha's house to make inquiry, they were beaten to almost a stupor. And the same man who did that is now also doing the same thing, that he almost killed the man who did it during his time. So I don't want to go into that matter because government is a serious business, and I'm very serious. I don't have enough time to run the affairs of the state. But people should know the difference between being a governor and the government decisions and policies. And we took oath to protect the rule of law, to protect our laws. And we shouldn't be part of any arrangement to violate our laws. Well, I don't know what you mean. I told you that our initial intelligence and effort to control the sporadic shootings in Olo that left many dead, innocent women in the market, people selling foodstuffs dead by a group of people that we were not able to identify. Preliminary intelligence reviewed where they were in a bush. Our local police and local military went there and confronted them and were repelled. So we discovered that the people had serious firing power. And that, of course, Nigeria is a federation. Imo State is a federating unit. And all over the world, you have provincial police, you have federal police. So there was a need for me to report situation. And that I reported, and we were supported to deal with the situation. It is not about crushing anybody. And those that came, they didn't do any crushing. Those that came, through their intelligence, identified where these people were, and I can tell you, all the people arrested, all the rifles recovered are intact. The people are under interrogation. Not even one soldier or one of those militants died in the process. I must commend DCP Abakari for a brilliant job he did. So let anybody politicize it, but I have a responsibility to protect the lives of my people. Well, of course, I informed President that we're already making progress. And of course, you know, President is a very peaceful man. The federal government may be negotiating with the Boko Haram, but God knows, if I have the opportunity to see any man who is taking lives, I will confront the person head on. That is why we are government. The National Cyber Security and Strategic Document, and the function just finished. I took advantage of that opportunity to also have a private audience with Mr. President to generally compare notes on issues of governance and security in my state and how far we have failed.
There are two things that Nigerians witnessed in the past 1 week in Imo State. First week was the invitation of the military to Olu, and then secondly, the issue that happened a few days ago, but the former governor of the state, Senator Okorocha, and so can you explain to us what actually transpired?
Well, the issue of bringing the military to Imo State, you recall during the NSAS protests, a lot of properties were damaged in Imo State. Police stations were burned down. Soldiers were killed. Their rifles removed from them. And immediately after the NSAS, we thought it was over. Then issues of kidnapping, where a Catholic bishop was kidnapped. People were killed, and these militants comes out and begin to shoot. We lost lives. Market women were killed. Old women were raped in Olu area of Imo State. And they visited this serious terror on the citizenry. And I came here, pleaded with Mr. President for his support, and he sent additional support by sending in police, and the military also came in. And that's where we are. It was on my invitation that the military came. And I did that because I know the situation was beyond the local arrangement. We needed help, and the help was given to us. And as I speak to you, the situation has come down to calm or normal. People are now going about their businesses, and those caught will soon be charged to court. And all those military rifles from the army, from the police, AK-47 and so on, were recovered by the people that came. We are a government who have a responsibility to protect lives and properties. And while we have the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, if there are security challenges, we invite them to go to work.